streaming. It's just from the phone, unfortunately, which is a little bit annoying. But yeah, we're live. I don't know how many people are going to be in here, but yes, guys. Yes, guys. Yes, guys. Yes, guys. We are going to talk a little bit about Dennis Zakaria. And let me just quickly make sure the thumbnail is accurately put on this stream, because if it isn't, then, well, hang on a minute. Then it's going to look a little bit stupid because I just took a picture of the ceiling. Okay, people are coming in now. This is good. Welcome to the stream, guys. Can you guys tell me in the chat, is, for some reason, the thumbnail that's appearing on my laptop is a picture of the roof with the air conditioning unit. Can you tell me if it's the actual thumbnail that I've just made? Thumbnail's working. Okay, that's good news. So yeah, I basically want to chat to you guys about Dennis Zakaria. I want to talk to you guys about Memphis Depay and all of the other craziness that has been our deadline day, because I think because of the pressure on signing a defensive midfielder after Thomas Tuchel's comments has kind of allowed Aubameyang's signing to go under the radar. Okay, some of you have got ceiling thumbnails, some of you have got the actual one. So I'm just going to hope for the best at this point. Thumbnail not working. Wipe my camera. Okay, give me a sec. I was about to lick it then. I'm like, that's not going to help. It's a bit dirty. Thumbnail is just the ceiling. Why is that? It doesn't make any sense. Okay. You guys get to see like a back at the behind the scenes on how things go. To be honest, it's showing now that it's live with the thumbnail. I think it's just weird. I think, I don't know. It's odd. I'm hoping it fixes itself. So I'm going on Transfermarkt right now to take a little look about Zakaria, because I know a bit about the guy, but not really from his time at Juventus, because he spent so much time injured. But I know him from Borussia Mönchengladbach as a player who a couple of years ago, like maybe 2 years ago, a lot of people were saying Chelsea should go for him as a DM option. Because he's a decent player, but the issue with him is the injuries for Dennis Zakaria is seriously concerning. Let me also get up the injuries so that we can take a look. Injury history. Because I know he's had a lot of issues with his thigh in recent time. So if we're taking a little look now, let's go and select the amount of days. Cool. Aubameyang not training with the squad. That's because he's going to Chelsea, mate. So in the 1920 season, he missed 21 matches, 246 days out injured for a knee injury. He's basically had 4 or 5 injuries that have kept him out of football for a month. He's only 25 years old, had the coronavirus twice. Yeah, I think there's an element of excitement about how good he could be. But I think this deal, in my opinion, if we surface it a little bit, if we talk about it from what it screams out loud, to me, it really does scream Saul Niguez last season. And we all know how that one went. Saul Niguez's signing was one of the worst signings we could have done. There were moments where he showed a bit of quality, but when you look at his career trajectory at Atletico and how good he was compared to the player that we got, like, it was such a waste. Such a waste. I think he's a good footballer, and I think there were moments when he showed that. But I think overall, after 5 games of the season, for Tuchel to come out and say after a game when he's got 2 midfielders on the bench, one that we've just spent 15 million on, Kane Chukwuemeka, and Billy Gilmour, who's a quality footballer, to come out after that game and make those kind of comments, whilst also still like trying to make everybody feel sorry for us that Mateo Kovacic wasn't quite ready to be playing 45 minutes. You know, he's only ready for 20 minutes. Well, then you bring another midfielder on who's either Chukwuemeka or Billy Gilmour at half time. So to leave it this late does scream panic to me. It really does. But I do believe there is still a good player if we can keep him fit. But at the moment, you've also got to look at these injuries. And again, I know it's very easy right now, and it's a very common theme on Chelsea social media, Chelsea YouTube and everything, for criticism to become something that is directly taken as you want the manager gone, or you don't rate the manager, or you've given up on him, or you're just slating the players for no reason, causing agendas. All of these little trigger words are pathetic. I do firmly believe that a lot of the injuries might have something to do with training regimes, with the evident crazy schedule that footballers have. And there's a lot of pressure on these guys, you know, there's a lot of pressure on these guys to perform at an incredibly intense level, at an incredibly high level. And I do think that a lot of that is having an impact on these injuries. And when you put all of those scheduling things together with potential training schedules and whatever, I do think, I do think it's no surprise. Chelsea agrees surprise loan deal with Juventus for Denis Zakaria. Is this one of the quickest transactions that we've seen during this transfer window? Because this came out of absolute nowhere. I was watching Fabrizio Romano's stream while I was editing my video. Yes, I can multitask and I can edit because I know what I say in my videos, and listen to someone else talk at the same time. It's one of my little tricks of the trade that I can do. Multitasking, they call it. It was maybe half an hour. Okay, Fabrizio Romano has now tweeted. We now have the news as to how this Denis Zakaria deal is going to go. Zakaria completed his medical as new Chelsea player, and Juventus are preparing all the paperwork. This is no longer talk. This is, here we go. This is exactly Chelsea's player now. Denis Zakaria is our midfield solution, apparently. Structure of the deal is a loan with a 30 million option to buy. Option to buy is good. It puts the power in our hands. We don't have to do anything. Potential 5-year contract at the end of the loan, and Chelsea are paying 100% of his salary, which is expected, I guess you could say. Yeah, this is a massive piece of news, really, for Chelsea Football Club. And apparently the first contact was at 6 p.m. today. So what's the time now? 7. That, to sign a player, to get medicals done and everything in 1 hour is incredible. I don't know if that can be true. Surely there's no way we've managed to make a signing of a player with only 1 hour of communication, including a medical. So I want to know in the chat, what does this mean for Conor Gallagher? That's one of my questions to you guys. I also want to know, do you think this is the right move, or should we have kept Billy Gilmour? And we obviously need to wait to hear. Thank you very much, Leon Cameron, for the donation. First donation of the stream. Thank you, buddy. Was this Billy Gilmour pushing to leave Chelsea because he could see after a game like at Southampton that Chelsea and Tuchel weren't going to be using him? Did Billy push for the move, or does Tuchel just not rate him and Chelsea just took the money for him? Brighton and Hove Albion, by the way, must be absolutely loving Chelsea right now, because they managed to get Tariq Lamptey. They've got Levi Colwill on loan. Now they've got Billy Gilmour for 9 million. I'm sorry, but no matter which way I look at this, I think Denis Zakaria is a better player right now than Billy Gilmour is. He's also 25 years old. And if you remember what I said about Frankie de Jong and why I like the idea of de Jong, is because at the moment we've got a lot of old players at the club. We've got 33-year-old Aubameyang, 37-year-old Thiago Silva, 31-year-old Koulibaly, 33-year-old Aspi. Don't know if I said that twice. You've also got so many young players, like really young players, you know. So we need some players in the middle because Jorginho's getting on, Kante's getting on. Do you guys want Jorginho to leave? A lot of people I've seen in this chat right now saying Jorginho out. I think it's always easy to say that after a player's played a bad game, which he obviously did at Southampton. Thank you, Marco, for your €2 donation. Also, guys, if you're in the stream, the more likes we get on the stream, the more chance there is of people finding us. So if you can hit the like button, that would be much appreciated. Seeing a few Jorginho outs. Jorginho must leave. Yeah, to be honest, I think overall this Zakaria deal isn't bad for us. I think the fact it is an option to buy means that if he does well, 30 million could be seen as a bargain. The same way as when we loaned Mateo Kovacic from Real Madrid. You know, I knew Kovacic is obviously a quality player, but I didn't think he was going to ever become as important to Chelsea as he was when we first saw him loaned in. So I think Chelsea next summer will be looking to buy 2 defensive midfielders for long-term options, I mean. And I don't know if it's just going to be defensive midfielders or just central midfielders in general. I think Jorginho 100% isn't a Chelsea player at the beginning of the 23-24 season, which is next season. It's crazy. We're getting halfway through the 20s already. Or on the way to. And I also think Kante might go as well because of contracts and whatnot. Thank you very much, Abe, for... Oh, we got more big news, but I love Billy, but he wasn't able to make Inter Norwich starting 11 at times. Yeah, I get that, but I also don't think that was entirely his fault. Michy Batshuayi, you guys know, we got the tattoo on my wrist. Here we go for Michy Batshuayi to Nottingham Forest. This is madness. You know, it's 2 o'clock in the morning here. I'm semi-tempted to just stream all the way through until the deadline. I don't know how I'm going to survive that, though. I'm gonna stream here until I fall asleep. And I might just fall asleep on the stream. We've got donations flooding in now. Thank you, Marco. Would I take Milinkovic-Savic in our midfield? Yes, I think he's a good player. Guys, if I miss donations, I really apologise. I'm going to try and get through them. But yeah, thank you all very much. I really appreciate that. There's another big one here from Abdul. Buy your own super chat. How do I buy my own super chat? Thank you, Luca, for the donation. Wow. At this point, I'm just going to be saying thank you to you guys because you keep donating me money. But I'll try and keep it about the football. Michy Batshuayi on loan to Nottingham Forest. I mean, we don't have to worry, I don't think, about Nottingham Forest in terms of like competing for our league positions. Because, well, you'd like to think that Chelsea should be competing a little bit more than Nottingham Forest. But Nottingham Forest, I think Michy Batshuayi is like the 20th signing. Like, imagine 20 players. Jorge, thank you for the donation. As a fellow Mexican, would I take Edson Alvarez from Ajax? Yeah, well, I mean, now I don't think this is going to happen. If Chelsea managed to sign Alvarez now, then I seriously wonder what's going to happen to Conor Gallagher in the next couple of hours. I don't think Alvarez is going to happen. I think it's more likely that Denis Zakaria will be the only midfielder coming through. With Aubameyang done, Zakaria done, that is now 2 signings confirmed. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang has arrived in London. He is now set to arrive at Chelsea's Cobham training ground. Guys, this is quite exciting, you know. I'm not going to lie. I might have to go downstairs and get myself some water, though. The next one we're really looking at closely is going to be Memphis Depay. I'm just going to tweet covering all of the latest Chelsea news here on deadline day. How long will I stay up for? Come join. I'm going to tweet the link as well. Guys, if you're on Twitter as well, which I'm sure a lot of you are on Twitter as well right now, then please feel free to retweet me. Thank you very much, Lucas, for the donation. Come on, Blues from San Francisco, California. I do love how we got so many. Why would I buy myself my own? That is so cheeky, right? YouTube do this thing where they give you an option to buy your own super chat. So what it does is you super chat yourself. So like, I'm on my channel, I would send myself money and then YouTube take 30% of it. They think I'm stupid? They really think I'm that stupid. Thank you very much. I've just had a comment from someone called Zach saying thank you for the content. Coincidence? I think not. Guys, tweet. I don't know if you guys have this plugin. They used to have it as an app. But if you're on Twitter, which I am a lot because that is the quickest place to find out news, there's this feature called TweetDeck. And it's absolutely brilliant. You can see like your mentions. So when there's a game on and I'm tweeting during the game, you guys, honestly, thank you for this because it's a great platform for football. I'm just looking at some of them, reading some of these mentions now. People just get so mad on the platform. But if you can like look through the haze that comes from people's stupidity and ignorance on Twitter, it's a wonderful place. So TweetDeck, you can see everything in one go. Just looking at all of these news now, seeing Carefree Jam, good account I follow. Sometimes you don't know what you have until it's gone, and he's tweeted a picture of John Obi Mikel. Fabrizio Romano, has he confirmed that Bakayoko's gone to Palace on loan? I don't think that's true because I believe only one player from each club can be on loan to a different Premier League club. So I don't believe Bakayoko has, but maybe Bakayoko will be sold during this window. What we've got to remember, guys, is outgoings at times, particularly in the current football and financial market, outgoings are just as important as incomings due to FFP. So Chelsea getting rid of some players, as much as we might not agree with all of them, we've also got to remember that our spending power for the future. So if we bring back the conversation we started a minute ago about DMs next season, will Kante and Jorginho still be at the club? I don't think they will be. I think both of them will leave next summer. I think Chelsea will need to either sign Zakaria on a permanent, if it goes well. Declan Rice or Jude Bellingham is a must. And I think we will get one of them. But I don't think there's any way we can sign both of them because I think it's going to cost too much money. And I think next summer we'll also go for Rafael Leao as a striker. Thank you for the donation, Gopal. Just try making more tactical ones in a new series. Yeah, well, that's actually something I'm working on already. I'm trying to work on a concept to actually go into tactical analysis a bit more. And I want to try and implement stats a little bit in that, but I kind of find, wow, my air conditioning, my internet has just gone. Not my internet, my flipping, what's it called? This is going to be a problem. I might have to go and top up my, shit, let me message my friend who's downstairs. My electricity's just run out, guys. We got to top it up. Let me see if Billy's awake. Are you awake? I'm currently live streaming and electricity has died. Shit, I think he's put his phone on airplane mode too. This is so annoying. Imagine, how can the electricity have just gone like that? It actually looks cool, to be honest. I don't know if it does, you know. I think it looks a little bit dark. Someone pay his bill. Well, guys, thank you for all the donations because it's going straight on electricity. It's basically in Bali, you run on a top up. So I have to top it up. So when it dies, I have to go and top it up. But the problem is, I have to top it up on my phone. And when I top it up on my phone, that's the only way I can do it. And then basically what happens is the stream will die. So I've just got to hope that Billy can do it. But I think he's put his phone on airplane mode, which is kind of smart. No, it's sent. The messages have gone through. Let me see if I can call him. He's asleep. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. Why am I doing this? This is such a bad friend. Best quality. Yeah, I do apologize about this. I'm trying to think of another way I can do this without cutting the stream. Hashtag pray for Billy, we should go for in the chat, because Billy's my housemate. He's downstairs. And if he responds to this, he will definitely go and top it up. But turn my phone flashlight on. I could do that, couldn't I? That kind of helps the backdrop a little bit. No, I can't. If I... Oh, floating head. Yeah, this is very annoying. I really don't know how to deal with this. Hashtag let Billy sleep. Well, this wasn't part of the plan. But we're going to keep going for a while. Is it bearable? Talk louder so that he wakes up. I think the problem is, it's a 3-story house. You're in Bali, you can help me. No, but the problem is, you might say you can help me, but at the same time, I would then have to in a way. Restart stream after top up. Okay, I guess I could. Okay, well, we're gonna do this. Orientation is locked. Okay, guys, bear with me. I'm gonna go and top up. Wait. Guys, I'm gonna carry the candle. Wait. No, I can't. The candle's so hot. Jeez. Wait. Oh, no. I need to put the light on. I can't see any live ever. Guys, I don't mess about, you know. I do not mess around. We get things done. All right, we're in the house now. We're back. Pray for Benson. Oh my God. CR7, here we go. I don't think it is. I don't think it is. Hashtag sorry, guys. Yeah, for real. Right, why is everyone talking about Ronaldo? Don't tell me going to top up my electricity. Okay. I'm back. Just getting myself a glass of water and a protein shaker, because I'm cool like that. Okay, the numbers are going up as well. We're back to 6+ people. Let's go. Let's go. He's done it. Okay, back in the bedroom. Mason, you want to come see the stream? You guys want to see the dog? Mason, wait. Wow, I can't believe that we just had a flipping power cut, electricity failure. Mason, come up. Look at him. I'm in my pajamas, guys. Look at the doggo. Mason, named, of course, after Mason Mount. Cat's called Zola after Gianfranco Zola. Guys, by the way, Mason, go down. Go down. I've actually got, as a birthday present, one of my friends got a painting done for me. Why is he growling? Of Zola, which is awesome. Okay, so let me open up TweetDeck and see if there's anything that we've missed in that 5 minutes of madness. We're nearly back up to 1,000 people, so thank you guys. For those of you who stayed, welcome back. To those of you that are back, I topped up £10 worth of electricity, so I think we should be able to last at least until the morning with that. I've already got one air conditioning unit running, and this light and my laptop is no longer plugged into the wall, so we should be good. Who knows about Zakaria's injury records? He is a very injury-prone player, which we just gotta hope, which again, it's kind of like we're complaining about injuries. Best live stream on YouTube. It's probably the worst quality live stream in terms of the aesthetics, because there's nothing really on it apart from just me and my face with a 720p front-facing camera. But yeah, thank you, I guess, if you're being honest and serious about it. At the end of the day, it's just football chat, mate. You know what I mean? Nearly back up to 1,000. Am I a crypto miner? I do have a little bit of cryptocurrency. I'm not going to talk about crypto on my football live stream, though. I don't really know anything about it. I just do, the little I do know, I do believe that in the future it's going to become very important. Thoughts on ZX staying? I'm happy in a way because we obviously still haven't signed another winger, so we kind of need players and we need numbers considering the injuries that we keep getting. But the issue I have with ZX staying is that he wanted to leave. I always find that when players want to leave and then they don't end up leaving, you can never be sure about the attitude. You can never then be sure about exactly how much effort and intensity they're going to give. I think the first half the other day, Ziyech was good. I thought he was one of the brighter players, but then by the end of the game, he faded out and fizzled out and kept giving the ball away. By the way, guys, also there is a video out on the channel now. First 53 minutes, it's got 10,000 views, which is pretty good. It's the second best performing video of the last 10. 6 Things We Learned from Southampton after 53 minutes had 15,000 views. Back end YouTube stuff here. So yeah, I think if we can get the right system, and again, I keep talking about can we get the right system? We need to figure out a way to, first of all, find a striker who is actually a striker. Armando Broja has to start for Chelsea at the weekend. Has to start. Kai Havertz can't be anywhere near the starting 11 this weekend. He needs to be dropped because of his poor performances. So it looks as though Billy Gilmour is leaving. It is pretty close to being official. I'm not happy about this, to be honest. I talk about it in the video, but I do think that for Billy, it's the right move. I think if Tuchel doesn't use you at the weekend when Mateo Kovacic wasn't fit enough to play, then for Billy, he would have wanted this move. And I think it is the right thing for him to do to leave Chelsea. I think he's too good of a player to not only be on loan at a club like Norwich, who were always going to go down last season, but Billy needs to be playing for a competitive team. And Brighton are a competitive team. Brighton will be competing this year, I think, for 7th or 8th. I really think they could get, I think Newcastle will end up 7th. Now, from what I've seen at the start of the season, they were so unlucky against Liverpool last night. I actually stayed up and watched that game. Liverpool were very lucky because there did not need to be that much added time. But I also think that Newcastle, even though they didn't really create anything in the second half, considering how many injuries they had, I thought Alexander Isak was very good. I think he's going to be a great player for them. And I think the thing about Newcastle at the moment is because of the buzz that came with that takeover, Eddie Howe coming in, it's not just like a flash in the pan. I think everyone's kind of knows at Newcastle now that if they give everything, there's really no limit to what they can achieve because of the money. But also the infrastructure of the club. I think Newcastle, obviously I don't support any other team than Chelsea, but like if there was another team that I would want to do well in the Premier League, I'd want Newcastle to do well because I think the fan base is incredible. The history of the club is fantastic. And I think up in, that part of the world, football really does mean everything. Everybody has a team, whether it's Sunderland, bloody Middlesbrough, Newcastle. It's very important. So Memphis Depay, let's talk about him, shall we? We're 30 minutes into the stream, guys. Welcome to anyone who's just joined. Yes, guys. To those of you that have been here from the beginning, 9 million for Gilmour is nuts. He's one good season away from being worth 65 mil. It's very difficult to say 65 million and agree with you, but I do certainly know that figure of 9 million is far too low for a player of Billy's ability. And again, when we're looking at some of the numbers going around for players right now, it's outrageous that 9 million is being discussed here. He's still so young as well. I do think in the end, Chelsea will look back on this one and it will simply just be a case of, well, whether or not Tuchel's the manager. And if you want me to talk about Tuchel and what I'm thinking about Tuchel right now, I will. But I'm probably going to save it for a video tomorrow. I was thinking tomorrow, let me know in the chat what you think about this. I was thinking of doing a walking talking video, like I did on GBFC 2. Which, by the way, I just find it so difficult to have the time to talk about other things than Chelsea when it comes to a football channel. Because, like, living in Bali, I have to stay up stupidly late every time I want to watch football. I could never watch a game in the Premier League, Champions League in daylight. Ronaldo to Chelsea. I don't think that's been posted, man. Like, some people keep saying Ronaldo to Chelsea, but I've got TweetDeck open. There's no Ronaldo to Chelsea. So the Memphis Depay deal, for me to actually try and finish what I was saying, Chelsea have offered him a 1-year contract, which I think is good for Chelsea. I think the fact that it is a bit of a risk in the sense of he can be an emphatic player at times. He's a flair player. He has great ability, and I think since he left Man United, we saw the real Memphis Depay. And we've seen some of his best stuff, I thought, in the last few months of the season at Barcelona. So I think to have him as an option, Aubameyang as an option, Kai Havertz, I still think will come good eventually, but I don't know what position that will be in. I think Kai Havertz is a good footballer, and it's still fair to talk about potential, even though, because of that goal, we all know which one that goal is. Because of that goal, you know, there was a very solid expectation of Havertz to kick on. And I do think there's still an element of settling into the Premier League, but I think Tuchel needs to figure out a system that gets the best out of these talented players. And I think one of the difficult things he has to do at the moment is drop some of the most important players that we see him pick week on week. Like, at the end of the day, Chelsea... Hang on. Cat's downstairs doing something. Chelsea are a club who need to be winning things. Tuchel also knows that just for the sake of trying to make a system work, it doesn't matter if... I think there is definitely a point where Bowley would even say enough is enough here with results. If you look at the last 6 months, if you look at this year really in general, like, performances have been poor. Chelsea seem to only want to turn up for the big Champions League nights and against Spurs. So eventually you've got to change something. And I think we're seeing attempts of implementation of change now with back fours at moments. But again, is that down to just waiting for Tuchel's signings to come in, the personnel he wants, like Fofana? Now Fofana's here, I think we will really expect to see Wesley Fofana, Thiago Silva, Koulibaly. And I think if those guys, which they're going to have to do, play well together, I don't think it's going to click immediately. Harvey Vale has signed a new contract. Guys, this is big. Big news. Harvey Vale is a very, very talented player. We've got updates on Zakaria, but we're going to talk here a little bit first about Harvey Vale. If you don't know who Harvey Vale is, he's a youth academy graduate. Again, he's been on the bench a little bit this season, last season as well. Very talented player. He signed a new 4-year contract and is about to go on loan to Hull City for the season. So not only will we get to see him in the Championship, which again has been a league that has seen Chelsea players who've gone out on loan excel and then be ready. And I think the Championship is such a competitive league that every player that goes and plays in the Championship, who then makes the step up to the Premier League quickly, has always said how it is a big, big learning curve in a footballing sense because you're still playing against good quality players, and also to toughen up and harden up to make that step up from youth football into first team, top, best league in the world, highest standard at a club like Chelsea. If you haven't seen the video that was posted on Tubes' YouTube channel, Golfing Time, I think it's called, with Mason Mount. It's like a 55-minute video. Him and Tubes, the co-host, go around the golf course, just hitting golf balls. And every 3 holes, they stop and talk to Mason Mount. And then one of the questions in that video to Mount was about his time at Derby, Frank Lampard, etc. And he's basically talking about how the Championship really does toughen you up, and how he was talking about Southampton and when he gets abused by Saints fans, how he loves it because he got used to it in the Championship, and it gets you ready. So Harvey Vale going on loan. Fabrizio Romano 2 minutes ago. Here's Denis Zakaria on his first night as a Chelsea player, right after medical test completed in Turin. He will sign the contract in the next minute. So everything confirmed now with Denis Zakaria. It is simply putting, where's my pen? Où est mon pen? I don't know where my pen's gone. Basically, he's going to put the pen to paper. I wanted to do it, but I can't. Let's get Memphis, then we're good. Yeah, I think the Zakaria signing, because obviously there's a massive element of concern about the injuries, but also because of what happened with the Saul Niguez loan last year, there's a lot of skepticism in the Chelsea fan base, and I guess obviously footballing fan bases in general. Thank you very much for that donation. The donation there from Russia. Let me read that one out. Where did it go? Hi, George and the chat. We were expecting Zakaria and got Zakaria. Bada boom. But our insiders say he will come in the winter. Yeah, I think the reason that Arsene Zakarian, I think his name is, didn't sign, I think there's a lot of logistics regarding the sanctions that England have currently put on Russia regarding the war. So there's a lot of I's that need to be dotted, T's that need to be crossed so that this deal can go ahead. And I think it probably will go ahead. Chelsea and Dynamo Moscow did agree a deal on 15 million. And I've watched some videos of this guy, man. I don't watch Russian football. I'm not going to lie. I don't have time in my life. If I could watch football 24 hours a day and clone myself, I would. Trust me. I'd love it. But the problem is, this player is a top player in the sense of he's scoring so many goals, and assists as well in the Russian league. So Dynamo Moscow, they're willing to cash in. There is a lot of spam. Oh, jeez. I'm so tired, guys. It's 2:45. How long have we got left in the window? I don't know why there's so much Jorginho hate spam in the chat right now. He's still a Chelsea player. I always say this to you guys. I think it's important that we still back our players. I don't think Jorginho should still be starting for Chelsea right now. I really don't. I think at this point, we need something a bit different. I think we get caught so often because Jorginho against Southampton was played as a lone DM. And Jorginho cannot play as a lone DM against anybody. Absolutely anybody. So, yeah. So it's now nearly 3, which means it's 7:45, 8, I can't tell the time. 7:45, I think. Let me type this in. I can't do basic maths right now. What time is it in London? Okay, 7:45. I was right the whole flipping time. So there's 3 hours and 15 minutes to go of this transfer window. And how many more players are we going to sign? I think there could be one more shock. I think Depay would be a great signing. I really, really think that would be a great signing. But I still think there could be one more, Neymar's not going to be coming. That was a false alarm, unfortunately. Neymar, Leao, or Depay. Who do I think we should get? Well, of all of those, we should probably think maybe Leao for the future, but Neymar would just be amazing. But we're not going to be able to sign him. What do I think about Billy Gilmour? I'm gutted that Billy Gilmour's leaving, to be honest. I think he's a great player. And I think the problem with it is Chelsea have got so many good, talented youngsters. And because of what's happened in the past couple of years where we have sold some of them and look where they are now. You know, look at Lamptey at Brighton. He's one of their best players, playing in a really good competitive team. Livramento at Southampton before the injury. Mark Gurhey at Palace. They're at Tomori, Tammy. Now young players are ready to leave. Everyone wants to believe they can make it at Chelsea, but it is so difficult. So difficult. Mason Mount, Reece James. You know, you can still say that Tomori and Tammy did make it. Such an itchy nose. I think it's the air conditioning. What's my view on Cho? I think Hudson-Odoi's loan move is very good. I think he's going to a Champions League club, Bayer Leverkusen. They've also made great signings. He's going to be playing with Gosens on that left-hand side, who's come in from Atalanta for Bayer Leverkusen. I think it was like 27 million. So I think that's a great move for him. I think at least for himself, he needed some kind of move because he clearly wasn't favoured at Chelsea. And he does have talent. Just seen a tweet now from Dan McCarthy responding to Fabrizio Romano talking, I believe, about Zakaria. Oh no, he's talking about Arthur Melo, who signed for Liverpool, completed his medical at Liverpool. Thank you very much, Justin, for, it's not Justin, Wan, for the donation. What do I think about Todd Boehly this window? I think we can't really ask for much more. Oh, Gosens didn't go to Leverkusen in the end. Okay. I think the fact that we didn't know, you know, when Roman Abramovich took over, like, we've had such a crazy year as Chelsea fans. I almost put my foot through my cabinet there. We've had such a crazy year in the sense of when Abramovich was sanctioned and when the club was taken off of him and we knew we had to sell it. We didn't even know, first of all, if we were going to be able to get the buyer in before the deadline that was set. But then also, when that buyer comes in, it's the same with anything. Anyone can promise you the world, but it's whether or not they're going to give you the world. No one can confirm that until actions come into play. You know, it's all one thing saying something, but then you got to do it. And the actions from Boehly and the way that he's conducted himself since he's come in, I love the fact that he's not just going to Stamford Bridge, but he's going to away games. I love how he's available and ready and alive at the training ground, meeting players, talking to players. I love the way he was talking with Fofana. And also, I think overall, we have spent a hell of a lot of money. We're backing the manager, which whether or not right now you think Tuchel's the right man and maybe some of you think he should be sacked, whatever. I think the most important thing to look at is, well, is there anybody better who can come in and do a better job? I don't think there is. I think Tuchel's already shown his pedigree for Chelsea Football Club. He's shown his love for Chelsea Football Club. And I think that is also part of the narrative in football now, is that you're only one win away from everyone loving you and you're one defeat away from everyone hating you. Thank you for the donation, Badr Aldemir. What would I change about this window? It would have been nice, I think, to have established the weaknesses in the squad a bit earlier. I think at this point, we struggled to identify things and needed injuries to really highlight weakness, which I think we should have been able to have established at the beginning of the window. One thing I'll always say about Chelsea transfer windows, when we do business early, it's because we know exactly what we're doing. When we do business early, we often win the league. This summer, we've kind of been chasing, and doing early business wasn't possible because of how long it took for everything to be done regarding the takeover. But I also think signing a lot of the young players that we've signed means that we are going to have players in the squad who are more equipped in the future, who are already some of the most exciting European talents, English talents, who are now coming through in the club. So I think signing the young players, as well as your Koulibaly, Sterling's, Cucurella, now Dennis Zakaria too, it's good because we are investing not only in the now, but in the future. Do I think we should have gone all out for another winger? Yes. But I also think that it's kind of good that we didn't overpay for Anthony Gordon for 60 million. There is still 3.5 hours just over left of the window. So you never know what can happen. Yeah, Frankie de Jong now I think is definitely off. Far too late with very little going on. So yeah, Harvey Vale, 4-year new contract. He's 18 years old, super talented player. We are 1 like away from 1,000. Who's going to get the 1,000th like? Wow, Dennis Zakaria, total agreement reached. That is amazing. It's amazing, and I mean amazing in the sense of I can't believe it got done so fast. And now we've got a DM. So once again, like, you're asking me about what I think about Bowley. He just keeps on delivering here. He keeps on delivering. I think Edson Alvarez, who was the player who it looked like a couple of hours ago would have been the most likely to come through. It looks as though that one's probably not going to happen now. Chelsea will be trying to get this deal done for Memphis Depay. There is also a video live on the channel, guys. If you end up just wanting to watch something that I've edited and actually spent a bit more time on, there is a video that went live just over an hour ago here on GBFC. If you're watching this live stream also and you're not subscribed, by the way, make sure you're subscribed to the channel because there is going to be a hell of a lot of content still to come regarding analysing this window, regarding talking about Tuchel, regarding how do all of these players fit in together? Is it going to be an issue to have so many new players? Is there going to be more outgoings? Thank you very much for the £5 donation. Who is this donation from again? The Blue Lounge, big up GBFC. It's just disappeared. I don't see eye to eye with you on all your videos, but I appreciate the content and the passion you have. Don't let the trolls get you down. Thank you very much. No, I think it's good in football. I think the problem I have with disagreement culture in football, especially on social media and online, is that people don't know how to control themselves. People don't know how to talk like in an argumentative manner without being just like downright aggressive. And you know, there doesn't have to be like this cult. It's either you agree with me or you disagree with me. If not, then you're the bad person and I'm the best person. None of this comparative thing needs to happen. It just does happen that way, doesn't it? I don't understand it. I think it's just a lack of knowledge and understanding on how to disagree with people. I think people find it very hard to hear something they don't agree with and converse their own opinion. But I do wish that everybody learns. I do wish. Let's have a little look then. So there is still a little bit of work to be done apparently for the Batshuayi loan, but I don't think there's going to be any issues with that. Oh, wow. This is some serious yawning going on here. It is very, very late. It's nearly 3 o'clock in the morning. Tyler Dibbling has left Chelsea and returned to Southampton despite leaving for Chelsea only this summer. I understand that. It's a youth player that we had, and he's gone back to Southampton. There's another donation there. Do I think De Jong will eventually join in the future? No. I think the interesting thing about De Jong is that he never actually said he wants to leave Barcelona this summer, and which is crazy considering. It's crazy considering like he's owed so much money by Barcelona. They're basically forcing him to severely cut his salary. Chelsea is still in the Champions League. Chelsea wanted him. I think De Jong walks into our starting 11 now. So I do find it quite surprising. But I mean, if you love playing for Barcelona, you love playing for Barcelona. If you love being underpaid based on your contract, then that's entirely up to you, bro. Is what it is. Eunice is in the chat, is he? I missed that. Big Eunice himself. What a legend. Make sure you're subscribed to Eunice Talks Football. People are saying, what Alvarez are we talking about? We're talking about Edson Alvarez, the Ajax defensive midfielder. I really don't think we're going to sign him now, though, to be fair, because we just signed Dennis Zakaria. Zakaria. Hey, Zakaria. Someone's got to, come on. I've given you the start. Now you can make a song. Hey, Zakaria. Hey. Na 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 na. Hey, Zakaria. Guys, if you're going to spam the same comment over and over again in capitals, I'm not going to read it out. Just saying. There's no need to keep repeating the same thing. Apart from hashtag, yes, guys. You can spam that all you bloody like, fam. Okay, so is there anything I've missed in the last minute? Cristiano Ronaldo is on the bench. Okay, imagine this. Let's just paint a scenario here. Cristiano Ronaldo's on the bench for Man United tonight. But in the background, things are happening. And he ends up going somewhere. And then he leaves the bench and does a medical. Imagine, a Man United lose and the striker gets sent off. Imagine that scenario. Man United looking to make it a hat-trick of wins tonight. Can they beat Leicester City? I think everyone's probably going to beat Leicester City. Imagine. I think I've just painted one of the most dramatic footballing scenarios in the history of time. Can't believe you've been streaming for nearly an hour. Guys, what do you think about GBFC live streams? Like, again, I've got to move house really soon. And I've got my computer here now, so I need to set things up again on OBS. But I don't know how to do it. And my friend who's really good with OBS and computers, he's back in like 2 weeks. So I'm thinking, if I can set up streaming properly, like with graphics and things. I know I've said it for like 2 years, but I've just had so many different issues. Like I can't stream on my MacBook where I edit all my videos because basically like my MacBook can handle video editing, but it can't handle video streaming. But yeah, I always love streaming. The only problem is like if I stream a lot, it screws my voice up a little bit. Thoughts on Armando Broja? Keep getting asked about this. I think Broja is a really talented footballer. I think he's hungry. I think he wants to play for Chelsea Football Club and is willing to go above and beyond to put in big energy. And I think right exactly what we need. I think with Aubameyang coming in, I think it's only going to help Havertz and it's also going to help Broja. Because I think Aubameyang can be used also on the left. So it's not, if Raheem Sterling needs a rest, then we can use Aubameyang, and I think him and Broja together will be good. I think we will see Chelsea trying to use 2 strikers in more like striker-esque, old school 2 forwards kind of roles. Will Kai Havertz come good? Yes. I firmly believe that Kai Havertz will come good in a Chelsea shirt. Dennis Zakaria. I can't stop singing that. If you come up with a song for Dennis Zakaria, tweet me right now and I will retweet the best one. And we'll try and get it going. Ooh la la. Was ist das? Thoughts on our goalkeeper situation? I think at the moment, I would drop Edouard Mendy. I don't think Mendy has been good all year. 2022 for Edouard Mendy has been poor. We conceded a lot of goals. He's making high-profile mistakes on far too frequent of a basis. I think against Southampton, he's got to do better for their first goal. Has to do better. Did I see Gvardiol signed a contract extension? Yes, I did. I still think that means absolutely nothing because, you know, for Gvardiol and RB Leipzig to reject a 90 million euro bid, I mean, I'm sorry, he's not worth 90 million yet. You're buying into that idea that he's going to become a better defender again in the future. So I think him signing a new deal is basically Leipzig's protection for when Gvardiol eventually is like, you know what? I don't want to play for an energy drink football club. I want to play for, you know, a top team, a Chelsea, maybe a Bayern probably. And I think having him sign that deal until 2027 gives Leipzig the leverage to be able to command an even higher fee as long as he continues to show the quality that we've seen from him so far. Marcus Bettinelli should play. No, Kepa should play. Kepa earned the right to be fully considered after the way he played when Mendy was at AFCON earlier this year. Kepa was very good during that spell. Wow, Aston Villa have signed Leander Dendoncker from Wolves on a permanent deal. Memphis Depay news coming soon, apparently. Is this true? 13 million as well for Dendoncker. I think that's actually pretty good business. So Memphis Depay's camp are working on him leaving the club. I think we knew that pretty much all summer. He was just waiting for the right deal. We are less than 3 hours now until deadline minute. I still haven't received any tweets with any song lyrics for a song for Dennis Zakaria. I'm thinking about it myself. Depay to Chelsea. Is it on? That's the question. Keep an eye on Memphis Depay. This is 15 seconds ago from Fabrizio Romano. There are talks with his camp working on potential last-minute solution. It could be part of domino for Barcelona to sign a new player. This would be a great signing. Flair and poise and free. I think the cat's at the door again. Let me go and see if he is. And I'll let him in. I'm also going to blow out this candle. Alright, Zola the cat is now in. We're in business, y'all. We're in business. Waka waka, eh, eh. I love how people still think that I would care about being ratioed by someone. If you guys remember, I actually did a video with Fabrizio Romano to give you guys news about a year and a half ago. Do. Have I seen the Depay rumours? Yeah, I think to sign him on a free with the ability that he's got. Thank you very much, Jack, for 5 a.m. in Sydney. Thank you for the donation, bro. Yeah, it's tough for us over this side of the world, isn't it? When it comes to football, like, I have a good life, trust. But I think the Harvey Vale news is also brilliant news, guys, by the way. Because I was getting worried that too many youngsters were not going to see the path at Chelsea because they compare it to the success that youngsters that have left have had. I was concerned that it would become far too frequent, that everyone was just going to go. Harvey Vale was one I was worried about as well because he's a very good player. Okay. Tuchel has screwed up the Billy Gilmour deal. That's my opinion. Thank you, Peter, for the donation. What do I think about Alexander Isak to Newcastle? I think he's a very, very good signing. I mean, if you look at the way he played against Liverpool, it's a great goal. Newcastle didn't really create much, but they're so well organised this season. So well organised. Nick Pope had a great game. I think he will be a very good signing for them. I think Newcastle are going to be very interesting to watch this season. Who will Chelsea sign? Pulisic straight swap for Depay. It doesn't make any sense because Memphis Depay is free. Christian Pulisic still has very high market value, even though he's just not been very good. Straight up. Suggested formation. To be honest, I don't know anymore. Like, I'm concerned. Like, I think I'm going to go into a lot more depth in tactics and actually, like, thinking about what I would like to see. Like, I know I'm not qualified. I'm just a football fan. I love how some people think you actually have to be qualified to give an opinion about football. But I think something's got to change, basically, at Chelsea. And I don't think this time round, just sacking the manager is the right thing to do. I know there's a lot of people right now don't want Thomas Tuchel as Chelsea's manager. You cannot underestimate just how well Thomas Tuchel has dealt with all of the chaos at Chelsea in the last year. Since you won that Champions League, it's been nothing but chaos with our club. You've got the Lukaku interview. You've then got Roman Abramovich having to sell the club. You've then got Lukaku leaving just a year after he signed. And he's a Champions League winner. I think you've got to take all of this into consideration. And I think that he's done a great job, even if you just think he's done a great job at handling all of those things. But the results are bad and it needs to change. And if it doesn't change, he will get sacked. You just cannot play. You can't keep losing games the way Chelsea have been. Like the Leeds result, to lose 3-0 at Leeds is shambolic. The way that we lost at Southampton is absolutely atrocious. Like Southampton weren't even very good. And that sounds a bit rude. Like they were good, yeah, don't get me wrong, but like there's nothing special at all about the way they played. Is Aubameyang confirmed? Yes, he is, but he won't be able to play for a while because of what happened at his house with the robbery. Guys, what would your starting 11 be for the game on Saturday at home to West Ham? Let me know in the chat. What about Wilfried Zaha? I think he is going to stay at Palace. I think it's a bit too late now. There is still 2 hours and 50 minutes to go. So it is not over until the fat lady sings, as they say. Love your channel, buddy. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much, sir. Gilmour is no Kante. Why do people do things like this? Like, at no point in my new video did I say that Gilmour is better than Kante or is going to be better than Kante. Then people tell me to get over myself. It's like, bro, you didn't listen to what I said. You just made something up based off of your little agenda. I really don't understand people sometimes, you know what I mean? Just dumb. So many comments are just so dumb. Like, what do you get out of this? Like, making up a narrative. I never said Gilmour's Kante. Why are people saying Gilmour is Kante? I never said that. I said Gilmour is a top player, or could become a very, very top player. with serious ability that Chelsea will certainly regret selling him for 9 million quid and not even trying him. I love how people are calling Depay. So there are some reporters that are just so slow. Like the old mainstream now. It's like, come on, Sky, like, just admit it, you're not quick enough. Guys, in the chat right now, I would love to see what your front three would be for the game against West Ham on Saturday afternoon, 3 p.m. kickoff. Mount needs dropping as well. Yes, I do believe Mason Mount should be dropped on Saturday. Sterling, Broja, Pulisic. I don't know, man. I'd like to say give Sterling, Pulisic a start. Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think Sterling, Broja, Pulisic is the front three for me. I mean, like, if Pulisic doesn't leave in the next 2.5 hours, and then he doesn't start at the weekend, and Mount or Havertz do, I'll be very, very confused, and I would be very pissed off. Oh, guys, I don't know if I'm gonna last, you know. I'm getting so tired now. Super tired. If you can hit the like button on the stream, if you haven't already done so, that would be marvelous. Harry Potter. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I'm seeing, so basically everybody is confirming that it's, let me get my words out, guys, I'm getting so tired. Everyone's confirming that it's either Sterling, it's definitely Sterling and Broja, and it's either Ziyech or Pulisic. I'd probably pick Pulisic. Zakaria has completed his medical. Yep, we knew that a while ago. Am I watching Man United? No, I'm currently not watching Man United. I could, but I have to stream here. Although my laptop's also going to die soon. I need to plug it in. Okay, guys, I'm going to wrap this stream up because there's no way I'm going to be able to survive much longer, and I can feel my energy going super fast because I really need to go to sleep because it's 3 in the morning. There will be a video, okay? 2 things for you guys right now. There is a video that went live about 15 minutes before I started this stream. And it would be great if you could go and watch it. Minerals FC mudded me. I couldn't give a shit about that guy. I think he's going about the way he wants to get any kind of clout, credit, the wrong way, and he's pissed a lot of people off. Well, not really pissed a lot of people off. I just find it embarrassing, personally. I did watch it, though, because I think he actually speaks quite well, to be fair. Just decides to call people out for no reason. Yeah, video is out on the channel. Go give it a watch, go give it a like, go give it a comment. Let me know your thoughts on everything in it. And then in the morning for me, late at night for you, okay? The window shuts at 11. My video, wrapping up everything that's happened this evening, just the things that have happened this evening, will be live at 8:30 a.m. my time, which is 1:30 a.m. UK. There will be a video discussing all of this, Zakaria, any other signings that happen in the next 2.5 hours, be it Memphis Depay, whatever. Everything will be covered. So keep an eye out for that. Thank you guys for watching the stream. If you can like it and you're still here, hit the like button, and I'll see you guys in a few hours. 5 hours from now, new vid.